It's getting crazy out here, y'all. Stay focused. Let's go, KD. Take a look around you, we can find your way, babe. Yeah, take a look around you, we can find your way, babe.
Yeah, I ain't talk is talk, and move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change the way. Got things to do, I done pay my dues. But where was you, nigga, where was you? I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe, find your way, babe. I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe, find your way, babe. Hey, you the one that say that, you and me go way back. When this whole thing over, I'ma send my invoice, pay that. You don't wanna say that, you don't want this payback. I keep my composure, this my kingdom, nigga, stay back. We had a couple of moments, you had a choice, nigga, own it. Your real colors, they showing. I'm real, nigga, I'm focused. When I come around, I'm fly with it. Stay moving, do buy with it. New sound, just vibe with it. Same truth, and we die with it. I see it like it's an obstacle. I never sit on the fence. Nothing to me is impossible. Music of me to the end. Most of the shit is illogical. All of y'all niggas depend on what they pretend. Just think what you had. Stop looking at trends. You wearing your eyes like it's topical.
Now the pain is gone, the fame is on, and they play my song. Yeah, it's real. Yeah, it's real.
Yeah, I ain't talk is talk, and move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change the way. Got things to do, I done pay my dues. But where was you, nigga, where was you? I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe, find your way, babe. I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe, find your way, babe. New era, I got y'all. Real game, we pop off, no knockoffs. Open eyes, we watch out. Mobilize, won't cop out. COVID-19 cops out, don't flop now. Open skies, we fly now. New agenda, they try now. Most y'all getting real scared of the headlines when you find out. End game getting real near. If you don't know, you behind now. Behind the times, government hide behind the lines. Most brands trying to monetize. All of us have to stay inside, don't socialize. Yeah, talk is talk, and move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change the way. Got things to do, I done pay my dues. But where was you, nigga, where was you? I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe, find your way, babe. I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe, find your way, babe.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Go to the fucking gym. If I've told you once, I told you 1,000 fucking times. Go to the fucking gym.
Swole Normuth.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
What's going on, beaches, booshes, bustas, husses, and ya hoes? It's your boy Papa Swolio back with another episode. In today's episode of The Beastcast is brought to you as powered, is sponsored by Everest and K2 flexing on all you beaches. Welcome to the show. We're going to kick it off today with, man, an awesome review from Leo. Look at this. Look at that. That's a 5-star review if I do say so myself. Personally, I love this shirt. I'm wearing it right now, getting ready to go crush it. Why, thank you, Leo, for the amazing 5-star review. You shall get some Swoleos. You shall receive some Swoleo bucks, and you can use them over at papaswoleo.com. And this is on the Green Veil Puto Gimnasio shirt. And also, we dropped a new Swole Tunes yesterday. If you didn't check it out, it's available in the Swole Tunes section on papaswoleo.com. But you could also watch the video over on Instagram. So hopefully you checked that out. Fam, it is time for the tip. Hit the like button, subscribe live on Rumble and YouTube at The Daily Swole, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Let's jump on
just
into
an
it.
inch, just an inch.
Rad.
It's cold outside.
Here we go. Let's get into the first Swole Fam post. We got some juicy ones, and we're going to kick it off with Adam today. What's in the box? And we got Merch Madness going on, so drop that Merch Madness hashtag in the comments. We'll talk about that in just a few moments. Let me get this card so you can see it. We got Pinkston Churchill. They just got groomed today. We have the Tainty Man looking good. All the puppers are here. Aww. Let's get into this first post from Adam. Adam says, my first evening workout in quite a while, maximum swole upper total. The time change ruined my sleep, so I didn't wake up early enough to go to the gym before work, waited till 8 p.m., went to the gym so I wouldn't have to deal with the crowds. Smart man. Smart man. At least you don't have to deal with resolutions crowds anymore, right? You don't have to deal with people, I am going to change this year. It's January 1st, so I'm going to change. No one's talking about resolutions. No one's talking about resolutions anymore. They haven't talked about that since, I don't know, maybe January 2nd. So, Adam, getting it done, avoiding the crowds. The time change is brutal. I know a lot of you are jacked up over it, but you made it anyway. Look at those forearms. Look at the gun show. Adam's been eating his spinach. You can tell. You can tell. Good for you. KC posts and says, new PRs tonight, up 10 pounds each on squat, bench, and deadlifts. Sitting in my car with tears at how far I've come and wanted to share. Well, that's awesome. Aww. I've never been brave enough to try to lift heavy, but my coach is super good and I feel safe trying now. Well, there you go. Good for you. Good for you. You know, you don't want to stop and just pat yourself on the back and just settle for where you're at now. You don't want to lose that fire. You don't want to lose that hunger. But it's always important to look at where you've come. And this is why tracking workouts, we're talking about this this week, that tracking your workouts are very important. You can go back and flip through your books and you can see how far you've actually come, because you don't really see that workout to workout. It's very small. Maybe you added a quarter of a pound or 1 pound or 1 rep, or maybe not a rep at all. Maybe you struggled a little bit with sleep or something like that, and you kind of stalled, or you're a little bit weaker this week. You know, sometimes you have a little bit of a fluctuation, but investments don't always go up, right? Sometimes there's a setback. Sometimes there's a fitness recession. Sometimes you have a bump in the road, and sometimes you have a plateau. But we talk about staircases. You have to go up and then horizontal, and up and then horizontal. It's not just a ramp. So it's important to go back and look and see how far you've come. So fantastic. Really good stuff. Proud of you. Good stuff. And last one here from Inside the Fam for today, and then we'll talk about Merch Madness. Mark posted and says, letting the gym patrons know how to eat a fucking steak, or know to eat a fucking steak. Also, got a compliment from one of the trainers who covered up her biddies when I wore my body by breast milk shirt. Oh, Jesus. Mark's trying to get kicked out of the gym, and he has this eat a fucking steak hoodie on. I love it. She covered her up. Oh, body by breast milk. She said, not these titties. Not these titties, Mark. No chance. Not on these tits. Not on these titties. She covered up. All right. We got an announcement about Merch Madness. So this is exciting. A lot of you are really stoked about this. I'm really stoked. I'm really stoked about Merch Madness because I don't know who's going to win. I'm really excited to see how this is going to play out. So if you don't know, we are starting Merch Madness. The deadline is going to be this Friday at midnight Eastern time. So it's Wednesday. So you have today, you have tomorrow. You've had a couple days. We've talked about it yesterday and the day before. Today, tomorrow, and all day Friday to submit your brackets. Now, here's how you're going to do it. You go to the main page, you log in on your home screen, you see Merch Madness is here. Click on it. Click on resources. It says so in the description. Click on resources, download your bracket. Either do it on your phone, print it out, and then take a picture. So here's the bracket. Here's the printed bracket. I just posted like an hour ago. I just posted how to submit. I pinned the post in the community. So what you're going to do is you're going to fill out your bracket. Who is going to win each face-off all the way to the championship, and then you put the winner you think overall of Merch Madness in the box at the bottom. And what you do is you take a picture or a screenshot, you save the image on your phone, whatever it is, and you post the picture in the comments of that pinned post. Do not post it in the feed. If you post it in the feed, it'll get deleted. You have to repost it in the comments. So reply to my post, and in those comments, just post your picture. Okay? If there's any issues with it going through or it doesn't post, we'll help you out and you can email us, but just do it there for now. And if there's any issues, we'll solve those if they come along. Sometimes people have issues with an upload or you don't have good service. So, is what it is. So we'll help you out. We'll make sure that it all goes through. So we have a couple days to figure this out, and it'll get taken care of. All right. So take your pictures, post it up, and follow the instructions. So I have that all in the caption on the post in the app, in the community. It's pinned right there to the top. Can't miss it. All right. So there you go. This is going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. And reminder, when you see when you watch games, right? When you watch games for March Madness, when you watch any kind of sport, you have the top seed and the bottom seed. And usually when you have the first games, you have the 16 seed facing the number 1 seed. And the number 1 seeds, it rarely, if I think might have happened once, right? They lose, they just crush, right? You're playing a team that barely made it to the tournament, and you're like the best team in the country, or you're ranked number 1 in your bracket, whatever it is, or number 2 versus the 15th. So here, there is no necessarily ranking. This is just chaos because we don't know who's going to win. It's not like you're playing a basketball game and hey, so-and-so was on fire and hit a bunch of threes. This is not just what you think is a better design. This is what you think people that are going to see the polls are going to vote for. So who knows? Who knows? You might love Forest Pump, but we got some amazing face-offs. Let's just talk about this again. A couple of the face-offs. We have the classic GTTFG versus Optimus Pump. I mean, I know it's a simple text design, but still, that's fundamental, the GTTFG. We have Super Swole Bros versus Lift Lift Lift, Pumpachu versus Only Swole, Muscle Alphabet versus Vegan Tears. Man, what do you think is the toughest first round? What do you guys think is the toughest first round choice? The toughest one. I think ones that I'm not sure about. For me, it's Barbell Girl and Deadlift. Forest Pump and Swolverine might be the toughest one. Oof, there's some tough ones there. But then what if Forest Pump wins and it's Forest Pump versus Circle of Lift? Oh, versus Gaindolf? Oh my God, you shall not fast. Oh dear. Very difficult. Because remember, you have to know what these look like. So you got to go back to the original so you know the designs. Because it doesn't just say Gaindolf, it says you shall not fast. And that's one of the OG designs. So remember, people are going to be seeing this. They're going to see the pictures visually next to each other. So people are going to like what they see. It's tough. Let's see, Curl Bears and ET. Yeah, see, it doesn't necessarily have to be these the most popular design, because Curl Bears and ET are not our number 1 and 2 designs. But which one would win? That's a very tough decision, because who's gonna, I don't know. Oof. Jim and Ozempic versus Curl Bears. Wow. All right, fam. So go check it out. All right. I don't want to belabor that too much. We'll talk about it. We're going to be talking about it for a while. So go check it out and let's get into some Rate My Meal. All right. Let's get into some Rate My Meal. Pam says, I think the ones you've worn in videos might have an edge because people have seen them. Maybe. Who knows? I've worn most of them in videos. But you never know. And sometimes, remember, just because I've worn them in a video and someone's seen it doesn't mean that video went viral. I mean, certain things get shown, right? I'll post certain videos and they're good videos, but they don't get a lot of reach. And I'll post something that's just whatever, and it goes super viral, or we do some of the Stitch videos. I'm running out saying, go to the fucking gym, right? It cuts in, or I pop out of someone else's video and I'm wearing a certain shirt. Who knows? Like, we don't know. I do not know. I can't tell you. So it's going to be exciting because I don't know what people will choose. I might have a preference, but what will the public decide? Anyway, rate my meal. Let's get into this one. Daniel, I've been more on steak and eggs recently. Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Hi, puppy.
Trying different recipes. This is just 3 eggs with prime cut beef short ribs from Costco with butter, garlic, chili flakes. Simple, clean ingredients. I like it. I'll eat it.
A 10! Get in my belly!
I like it. I'm a fan. I support this. Dustin Johnson, veggie stir fry over quinoa. Quinoa, veggie stir fry over quinoa. Are we a vegan? Because I am not a fan of the lack of protein in this. Where's my meat? That's a side dish. That's like a little scoop on the side. That's a side dish. That ain't a meal, my guy. Jason, gigantic man breakfast. Did we do this one already? Or is this another gigantic man breakfast? Is this a repeat or is this another one? Either way, maybe he eats it every day. Who knows? 4 eggs, pound of steak. I think we did this one already because a pound of steak is ridiculous. I remember the other day ranting about it. And sometimes people repost the same thing twice. Anyway, pound of steak with mushrooms, mashed potatoes, frozen into squares, refried with cheese and summer savory, ketchup to flavor, 150 grams of protein to start the day after a fasted workout. Yeah, we did that one already, but that's ridiculous. So we'll just move on because we did that already. Michaela, lunch on the go today. Big dogs gotta do what big dogs gotta do. Let's see what this big dog is doing. Some pineapple, ratio protein. I feel like we've done all these already. Hold on, let me check these out. I can't tell because sometimes people do it and people eat the same things. Okay, no, that's new. All right, we have ratio protein, vanilla. I don't like processed yogurts. So not a fan of that personally. I like raw yogurt. Tyson white chicken breast from the can. Yeah, so I'm gonna nix the things on the left. Pineapple, I like pineapple, but I would stay away from the canned meats personally. But I can see how that'd be convenient. You could just throw it in your bag. But a little prep in advance, you'll be better off long term. Let's just put it that way. All right, Renee, what do we got here? Just a pan on the grill, little cast iron hanging over the grill. All right, that's a lot of carrots. Is there meat in there? I guess in theory, are those hot dogs or those carrots? Those are all carrots. Is that a stew? Or something? Please tell me there's meat at the bottom of that. Please tell me you're just not eating a bowl of carrots or like a pot of carrots. And we got one more.
What the fuck is that?
Robert, we got a little bit of steak. I see 5 pieces of steak. I see a couple asparagus. And then I see a huge green pile or orange pile. I'm assuming that's like sweet potato, whipped or something, pumpkin. It's something. It looks like squash. I don't know. More meat. I'm assuming you took some and put it on your plate for the picture, but I hope there's more meat over there and more meat is going to make its way. I hope some more meat is going to make its way onto your plate and into your stomach. So I hope that for you, Robert. I hope that for you. So I don't really mind what's going on there. And this is as far as I can translate what that is. So if that's pumpkin or that's sweet potato, it's like, okay, or squash. Aside from that, if it's not those things, then I don't know why. I don't know what would look like that, and don't eat the baby diarrhea. But we need to improve the ratio of meat to tater. That meat ratio was low, but I'm assuming you put a little bit and you're dipping it or something. Come on, guy. Okay, let's get into some questions. Drop in the comments down below. Hashtag Ask Papa Swole. We will get into the first one from Mimi on Instagram. Let's see what we got here. How old are you? Oh, how old are you? Well, it is a birthday year, of course. Everyone has a birthday every year. Currently, I am 42 years old. 42. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay, so that was a good question, I guess. Everyone kind of here knows. Wouldn't you like to know? Joseph, how can I grow my biceps? By flexing the elbow with more weight over time. It's not complicated. It's not complicated to build your biceps. You need to curl. I would recommend some sort of a preacher curl, a reverse or a hammer curl. You could use cables. You could face away. You could face the cables. There's different ways to put tension. You just really want to make sure that your biceps are getting tension when they're more lengthened. You know, when you're supinated, you want to make sure that you're getting some tension at the bottom, which can be done better with a preacher curl or with cables facing away. There's more tension at the bottom. Because if you're just standing there doing dumbbell curls, nothing wrong with that. But the tension is more in the mid and the short range. You're not getting tension at the bottom. So it's important to mix that up and make sure that you're doing some sort of a preacher curl or a face away cable curl. And don't forget your triceps, right? I mean, it's not just to say, hey, how do you get big biceps? By just curling. Yeah, but you also need to support both sides of the joint. So you should be doing triceps. You should be doing all those other things too, right? Every body part. And not having quality triceps will negatively affect your ability to grow your biceps. Laura, and make your arm look large also. Because it's really not just, I want to get bigger biceps. You want bigger arms, which is going to be a big mass of the arm is going to be your triceps. Laura, have you ever been fat or depressed? No, I have not been depressed. I think people mistake low mood and poor habits for depression. So I've never suffered from anything that wasn't temporary or a low mood or poor nutrition or raining and I wasn't getting enough sunlight. So a low mood is not depression. Fat, yes, but not fat because I was excessively eating in the sense of just being fat. I was bulking. And when I was in college or right after college, I was eating a lot and like putting on size, getting bigger. And then I saw some pictures and I was like, oh, I was getting bigger. Like I had way too much body fat. It was just bulking season to a greater extent than I had realized. And then I trimmed down and I cut my calories and all that stuff. And, you know, I've never been that ratio of body fat again. So I've been fatter. I've had a higher percentage of body fat. Let's put it that way. But I've never just been fat because I was not exercising and eating too much food. It was just one of those over bulking, right? You take the bulk too far kind of thing. But I wasn't like whale, but I saw some pictures. I'm like, ooh, I look too smooth. I was on the beach and I'm like, I thought I was more defined than that. I was holding more body fat than I thought. The bulk is over. Sometimes you feel that. Sometimes you guys know that if you're not, trying to lose weight or you didn't start by being fat and you're bulking, the bulk's over. It's done. Time to cut. There's certain things when you're going back to the other person saying, hey, how do you get biceps? There's certain body parts that will make you look larger, like visually. And a lot of times people don't understand that. You want the width, right? So lats are good. Shoulders and arms. You're never really going to see anyone be like, wow, his shoulders and arms are too big. That guy has biceps and triceps. His arms are too big. His forearms are too big. His calves are too big. No one ever says that. So there's certain body parts that you can really focus on and it'll make everything else look bigger, right? You're wearing shorts and t-shirts. You don't see your abs, right? You don't see your middle traps. So there are things for like back thickness and overall 3D look, posterior deltoids. But there are certain body parts like you can't get too big, right? You can't have glutes, I would say, that are too big because it's hard to get them really big, but no one's going to be, so you can train them hard and frequently and really push it. So you have to think about, are you going just for aesthetics, how you look? You want to be strong. You want to make sure you train everything, but there are certain body parts that'll have a greater payoff and that you can get outsized benefits from focusing on. Because if you have, and you're really you're not really going to have big arms than tiny forearms because you'll grow your forearms if you're not doing additional targeted training, because you could definitely build size on your forearms and your brachioradialis and really improve your grip strength. And it's great for your wrist health and elbow health and shoulder health and all those things because you have less compensations and you don't want those little setbacks too. You don't want those little setbacks that are avoidable because it's hard to get jacked and put on a lot of size and lift heavy if you have elbow pain, if you have wrist pain, if you have shoulder pain. So all these little things that a lot of times people don't want to do when you're practicing yoga and mobility and club swinging and, wrist training and rice bucket and all this stuff. This keeps you healthy. And if you're healthy, you can train hard and you can recover better and not have those setbacks, because the worst thing is when you're seeing a lot of progress, then your knee starts to hurt, or your shoulder starts to hurt, or then you get like my elbow pain and you pick up your coffee and like your elbow hurts and you can't go super heavy and you have to work around things and it sucks. So if you stay healthy, you could train harder and make more progress without those setbacks. But it's not glamorous, and people don't usually want to do those things. They want to, slam the big weights and do the heavy compound lifts, and then you end up hurting yourself, and then you can't train for a while, or you have to adjust, and then it's too late, and you have to deal with the setback. Re-entry music. Papa Swole. Oof. Papa Swolio. I'm a huge pussy. Oh my God. How can I start working out, and how can I keep eating healthy? Thanks. Well, you keep eating healthy by doing the same things as eating healthy. You eat healthy today and you eat healthy tomorrow, and you do it again the next day and the next day. So that's how you can keep on doing it. But it's also a process, right? You do the nutrition jumpstart. If you join us over at swolenormousx.com, you join the fam, you do the nutritional jumpstart, and you start isolating what foods work best for your body. And you just keep on doing that. So it's a constant process. You're not necessarily going to eat literally the same things every day, but you want to understand how foods work for your body so you can make good choices if you're out and about, if you go shopping, if you want to mix things up, you know what your limitations are and what works best for your body, period. Some people can handle more vegetables or less vegetables, or certain ones, and certain fruits bother them and certain fruits don't. And they like this kind of raw dairy, but this bothers them, and X, Y, and Z. So you have other things, and there are some things that maybe you're not going to be able to do that I can eat but mess you up, and some things that you can eat. You might like Brussels sprouts, but then, man, if I eat that, my stomach's going to be like a balloon. So everyone's going to be a little bit different. But the fact that you're a huge pussy, how can I start working out? By going to the fucking gym, getting a gym membership. Or you could join us, like I said, join the Swole fam, and then we will help you get started with a 90-day dash or maximum Swole. And you can also join a local gym or train at home and do all of our programming at the gym or at home. We have stuff for at home in the gym, 7-minute workouts. We got Swolga, we got yoga, we have beginner classes, we have hundreds of yoga classes, thousands of recipes, all that stuff. So what really helps is having the community right here, pillar number one, community. What helps is having not just the tools, but having it all in one place, because you can go online and AI and all this shit, and you don't know what's right and what's wrong. AI is wrong so often, it's ridiculous. And I always ask it fitness questions. I'm curious as to how it responds. And some things will get okay, and other things I'm like, that's not really a good approach. So, it's not like you have to understand, you have to have a good knowledge of the topic that you are to maximize. For example, to maximize the use of AI, you really need to be an expert, or really very knowledgeable in a field, and understand what's correct or what's not, and how to like isolate certain things and guide it, because otherwise it'll give you absolute slop. And then if you're not sure and you just go ahead with it, you might be making some bad choices. So anyway, it's a constant process. So your nutrition constantly changes and adapts in the sense of what your preferences are and what you like to test. And there's nothing wrong with testing things. Just understand that actions have consequences. So when you eat foods or you have certain responses, there's a reason for it. And then isolating what that is, if you're very consistent with your food, you'll notice when you add something else and you have a poor reaction, you'll know, hey, that's the variable. That's the new thing that I added today, and I didn't really feel that great. Let me keep an eye on that. Try it again. Maybe if it doesn't work out, ditch it. It's that simple. Patricia, so you drink milk. Well, bull milk. Bull milk is better. Bull milk, and I use bull cream on my body. But, I drink it every day. I don't feel any uncomfortable. I'm 38. That's a statement. That's a statement. Okay. Okay. All right.
Now, once you've had sex with the woman, she will naturally start to depend on you, okay? All women do this.
So you drink milk? I drink it every day. I don't feel uncomfortable. I'm 38. Cool. I drink it every day. I don't feel uncomfortable. I'm 42. I just had some kefir. I just took a few chugs of kefir before I did the show. I had raw cream in my coffee with it was good. This is vegan tears now. But I had some coffee with some maple syrup. I had a little raw cream and some collagen. I had a nice little cocktail today. Yesterday I had it black. Today, a little fancy. I felt fancy, but you guys know when I do the podcast, I usually feel fancy. Let's see. Last chance for questions. If you're watching live, I don't think we have
What's in the box?
I don't think we have. Do we have live questions? Does anyone pop an APS in there? Did I miss an APS? If I did, you can repost it and we'll get to it. Last one here. Jenny Talls, 17. Are you natty? I am. I'm not taking TRT or peptides or anything like that, but I'm open to it. I'm 42, so I'm kind of at that time where if I will consider it, it'll be soon. In that range. We talked about it yesterday. I see a lot of people, even on TRT and these things, and their skin, it just looks, I don't know. This shit ages people a lot, it seems like. I'm sure there's other peptides and stuff that have come out, and I see people talking about certain ones that are great for skin and great for this, that, and the other. I'm interested in some of the stuff that'd be good for skin, for hair, for nails, but for like tendons and ligaments. More like maybe anti-inflammatory peptides or ones that help rebuild cartilage, or I don't know what's out there. And I know a lot of times people take things for joints and things like that. That's interesting to me. That's more interesting than like TRT to like boost muscle. You know, I think anything that would help injury repair, stem cell type things is cool. I just haven't looked into it much for myself, but I'm definitely interested. So anyone else, you can drop your thoughts in the comments or any experience you have with those things. And of course, if I do dabble with anything like peptides, we'll talk about it here on the show because I'm interested. I hear a lot of good things, but I don't know yet. I haven't made that move. I feel like it's more of a commitment than people give it credit for. But I've heard good things. I've heard both. What's my opinion on cream of rice? I mean, I don't eat it. I know a lot of bodybuilders and stuff used to eat cream of rice. I just think it's like an oatmeal. It's probably just an easier digestible oatmeal type product, but cream of rice is just, I don't really know what the ingredients of it are. Is it just rice? Is it just like pureed rice or something? Is it literally rice or is that just the name of it? Like what's actually made of? I've seen it on the shelf and I think Ronnie Coleman or other people used to have cream of rice and stuff. Probably easily digestible carbs. All right. Anything else? Any other follow-ups we can? John says people just want step-by-step instructions to get fit. Doesn't work that way. You have to have an urgency to tinker, learn, and pivot. My brother trains hard. We have different physiques. Yeah, people really just do want an answer. They think the answer is complicated because the problem is complicated, but the problem is simple and the solution is very simple. You know, it really isn't complicated. But it's nice to think that it's complicated because then people can justify more why they don't have what they want to have because there's so many things they have to do. And it's really simple. It's more about getting things more simple in their life, not complicating it, not adding a ton of things, right? Everyone's always asking, what supplement should I take? Or what do you think about this? Or adding this? Usually it's getting rid of blue light. It's getting rid of the high temperatures, the blue light and watching TV and getting off your phone and going to sleep, earlier, turning off the lights, cold, dark room, getting rid of the screens, proper, getting rid of the junk foods, getting rid of stresses in your life. It's more about removing. So when it comes to nutrition, you're alive because you're getting nutrition. You're just not getting as the dense nutrition. You're not getting enough micronutrition as you should be. You're still alive. So you're getting sufficient nutrition to be alive. But are you getting sufficient nutrition to thrive and to perform and to build muscle and to add tissue and to be the best version of yourself? And that takes interest. And that, like John said, this is why we teach you how to do these things. It's not just like, hey, eat this. We have a lot of recipes, but I don't say eat all these. You got to test and see which things work best. You actually have to get into the kitchen. You have to get into the gym. You have to try these different things. You have to try the rep ranges. You have to try the exercises. You do the programs. You see what you like. And then that's why we have programs that have a blend. The 90-Day Dash has a blend of different foundational principles and it goes through hypertrophy. And then you can choose different programs. You could do Maximum Swole. You could do Swole Season, Scorched Earth. We have different options based on what you like and what you didn't like. We can combine, you can hybrid programs. Like there's a lot of different options of things that you can do, but you have to experiment and see what works best. I've done a lot. The reason why I can talk, thousands of clients and my entire career being in the fitness industry, if you want to call it that, I've tried these things, right? I have kettlebells, I have bands, I have clubs, I have maces, I have machines, I have dumbbells, I have barbells, I have all these different contraptions. I've tried, I've applied, and I keep what works and I leave what doesn't. And just like any kind of garage, you guys have a garage or you have a shed, You know, you have tools. If you need a hammer, you go and grab a hammer. If you need a screwdriver, you go grab a flathead or a Phillips head or an Allen key or whatever it is. So having the tool that you need when you need it is really important. And for me, sometimes if something's bothering me, I'll pick a certain exercise over another one. You know, I don't use every piece of equipment that I have. That's the tough thing about having a home gym, is that you have all this equipment. And honestly, I know a lot of you probably look at your home gym, you're like, what do I do today? Because you have a bunch of stuff and you kind of want to do it all. But obviously you can't do it all. That's not how you build. That's not how you make progress, by just doing random stuff and everything. But there's different tools for different approaches. And if I have a certain issue, I have a tool that I can use to work around or to address the concern. And that's really what you need. You're not going to use every tool all the time. So you go to a mechanic shop and you go in for an oil change. They're not going to use like the specialty wrenches. They're going to grab the 10 millimeter and the oil filter and doom, 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 doom. For the standard job, you're going to grab your barbell. You're going to go to your machine. You're going to do your squat. You're going to do your hack squat. You're going to do this. But sometimes, hey, you want to work more on like knee mobility. So you grab the slant board, or you grab the monkey foot, or you use the cable and you do some your rotator cuff, or you do your face pulls and you do specific things for that application. You're not just necessarily going to do everything every day. So the good thing about understanding kinesiology, understanding how the body moves, understanding what your limitations are, what your strengths, what your weaknesses are, is that you can pick the right tool for the job and continue to make progress. So when someone gets injured, you don't stop training. Like, you don't stop training. And you're not supposed to say that, right? You're not supposed to say, hey, stop training. Doctors will say, don't lift anything more than 10 pounds for 6 to 8 weeks. It's such an arbitrary nonsense thing. If I sprain my ankle, I'm going to be doing heavy fucking bench. What are you talking about? It's my ankle. If it's my ankle, maybe I'm doing leg extensions or leg curls if it doesn't cause problems or like pain on the back of my thigh. Or maybe you skip some of those, but you do the adductor machine because it doesn't, use your ankle or whatever. There's a lot of different things you can do. You do upper body, you do some yoga, you do some yin, right? There's always something you could do and work around. So you want to work around, you want to address the problem. You don't want to slow down and stop. You just have to adjust things, but you learn how to navigate those setbacks. Let's see. Cerny, does taking collagen help with ligament and joint health? I think it can. We have collagen. We just got some more. I like it. I think when it comes to collagen, I like glycine at night, which is a large component of what collagen was in collagen, or collagen protein. And when it comes to like supplements and things like that, I'll try them, or I'll try certain things. And if it works for me, right, I usually break it down into, let's say, generally 3 categories. Supplements are things you'll do that like, wow, I feel great when I take it. Other ones where I don't know if I really notice anything, but I don't feel bad. Like, it might be doing something good, so I'll keep taking it. And then there's ones that you'll take and it's like, oh man, that fucks my stomach up, or I didn't like when I took it, or I don't like that supplement at all, or yeah, this definitely doesn't work. Right? So there's 3 different categories. For the first 2, I think that's generally a net positive. So if you're taking something and you don't necessarily notice something, sometimes supplements or things like collagen, it's not like you take it one day. You're not going to take collagen, right? A collagen protein, or drink bone broth, and then, wow, I feel great. My joints and my fingernails feel great. It's something that builds up over time. It's something that you have more resources available over time. Your body, these things are going to improve. So it's not like something you're going to take a whey protein or a collagen. All of a sudden, wow, I feel everything. I feel so different. Look at the collagen. It works so well. So you have to give it some time too. But when it comes to a quality collagen protein, like I like it in my coffee, I think it's a net positive. I generally think I feel a benefit and I notice, but it's also a combination. So I'm open to your thoughts. I've heard people say that's a waste. I've heard people say it's great, and I think it's a net positive. So that's why I've continued to take it. But bone broth is great too. And if you make bone broth, like I said, if you're making your own, make sure you use the femur bones, but also get some knuckle bones. So you can get tendons and ligaments from some companies too, but make sure you get some of the connective tissue. You want the knuckle bones, so you get the cartilage and stuff too. All right. So let's see. Great Cornholio was talking about his shoulder, and John says, I hear you, bro. Do shoulder awareness indefinitely. There's no feeling better. It's part of your routine to prevent reoccurring injuries. I recommend if you need to improve your posture, you definitely want to check out those addendum programs. The shoulder awareness program and the glute awareness program are great. That's an interesting question. Abby Ladwig, Papa Swolio, if you were hosting a party, what food and drinks would you serve? I guess it depends on what kind of party, what time of day. Are people bringing their own things, or are you just doing it all? You know, it depends on what kind of, like, I guess, party or setup it is. Like, hey, it's like you're just cooking steaks, right? You're cooking steaks or steak bites or strips or things like that, or skewers, like barbecue, what kind of tools you have access to. Is it like buffet style? Is it plate dinner? Is it just finger foods? Because you can do like steak bites or meatballs. You can do, for drinks, you could do sparkling water and fruit juices. Are you doing alcohol? Are you asking like which alcohols or things like that? So it really depends. But real food, fruit, watermelon, pineapple, people love fruit. Bacon, you can just do bacon. You got bacon, people can take bacon. Like, look, people overthink this. You just have a plate of bacon, fruit, and you have steak, and you have like, people are going to love that shit, right? People are going to fucking love it. I mean, all real food. Yeah, real food. If you're hosting a party, make the food that you would eat. And then you're like, right? And drinks, if non-alcohol. I mean, I love sparkling water. I love Gerolsteiner. That's my favorite sparkling water as of late. And you put a little apple juice in there, a little sparkling apple juice, bacon wrapped things. Yeah, there's a lot of cool options. People love bacon. People love fruit. Like if you're doing finger foods, if you're doing, because if it's ribeyes and stuff, you know, you're cooking a lot of steaks. That's a lot of money, and it's also a lot of work. So maybe doing something like skirt steaks where you can like slice it up into strips and people can have like, you know, you can put on a plate, right? Because if you have like, you know, a skirt steak and you can like slice it thin and you can have little toothpicks, or, you know, people can put a little bit on your plate. You could have a couple strips of that. You can take a couple pieces of bacon, take some fruit. You could have some sweet potato like bites or sweet potato fries or something like that. Some ideas. Abby says, love it. Just need to allocate the appropriate budget and time. I end up ordering pizzas sometimes, and surprising a lot of pizza are preferring low carb and high protein. High protein pizza. That's one of those fucking scams, right? They put whey protein or something, or soy protein in the fucking, come on, high protein pizza. Suck dicks. Yeah, good ideas. A lot of people. Oh, have you, Abby, have you checked out the recipe archive? If you go in the app, we have like tons of like mass like recipes, like bulk recipes. You're essentially doing bulk meal prep, but you're doing it with like bite size. So like meatballs, we have a bunch of like meatball recipes, and that's great, right? Finger foods and plates. I think it'd be easier if you have, you know, you make a bunch of each thing and then you lay it out and then people can take what they want rather than you have to like do a whole plate. You say a lot of people. How many people is a lot? That's an opinion too. 50 people, 10 people. Certainly says ribeyes. Ribeyes, or I'm staying home. Abby's like, I just blew through my budget right there. But hey, you have ribeyes. No one's going to complain. Oh my God, they served ribeyes and skirt steak and bacon and fruit. It was awful. Said no one ever. 30 people? So 30 people, you know, plus children. Well, children love fruit. Children love fruit, bacon, and steak. Like everyone loves this shit. You can always have like a vegetable platter for miserable people. They could have their, I don't know, fucking soy dip or whatever, and ranch dressing or crap. You know, meatballs are great. There's so many different things you can do with meatballs, with cheese or with bacon bits, or there's so many different things. Okay, balls deep. Let's get into it. Here we go. Short one first. Oh, that's a long one. Gross. This one's called Gender Affirming Care Saves Lives.
What's in the box?
Cut off those titties. Cut off that dick, or you're going to die.
Hold your ear while I say this. If you are not in support of trans people accessing gender affirming care because it's not natural, but you are in support of people getting braces, I have bad news for you.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine saying to someone who needed like corrective eye surgery, hey, we can fix your eyes with literal lasers. We can make you see better. But it's just not natural.
I don't want to put a laser in my eyes. I know people that have gotten laser corrective. I've heard a lot of horror stories about, I know it's been around for a long time and it's probably like 99% safe and effective, but guess what else is 99? Guess what else is 100% safe and effective? Yeah, I thought about this. I just don't. And this is a side note from the retardation. Yeah, the laser on the eye. I'm like, I'll hold off. I don't mind. I don't mind a contact. I don't mind my glasses so once in a while. I don't really need them that badly. So anyway, you're still a dude. If I go and get laser surgery, I still have a penis and a Y chromosome. So I'm not sure what you think the comparison is between eye surgery and pretending like you're a different species. That's what it is. It's not just different gender. I know people say, oh, you're a woman, I know technically same species, but come on. You're a completely different fucking creature. Women and men are so different. You might as well be a different species. We're all human beings, but come on now. It's essentially a different species.
I'm not being hateful. Don't say I'm being hateful.
I'm saying you're being retarded.
You went full retard, man.
You're not being hateful. You're just being stupid. It's okay. It's okay. Mental illness is real. So I hear you. Make asylums great again. Okay, we have a funny one. We'll do that next. This one's called Crash Out. It seems like a long one. I don't know. I don't like 2-minute videos. It's a little bit long.
What's in the box?
That's what she said. It's a little bit long, so we'll play it. And then if it's really, really bad, we'll stop it. From the look of it, I don't know if I could handle 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Gaslighting that fat people face is sadly still very real and alive.
I'm luring it.
I went to the doctor in regards to having an infection and talking about managing my type 2 diabetes.
Fuck.
Emotional damage.
Rough start. Rough. So she's going to the doctor for an infection and her diabetes. So what, do they want to weigh your ass and you're going to get offended by it or something?
And the doctor, just automatically...
The doctor...
assumed that I do not take care of myself.
Okay. You show up. I'm a doctor. All right? Dr. Swole here, reporting for duty. You show up, morbidly obese, absolute land whale. You have an infection, which is super common for healthy people. Healthy people get just infections all the time. Just infections like crazy. You already have type 2 diabetes. No shit. Diabetes has you. All right? All right? Diabetes caught you. And he's going to assume that you're not healthy. No shit. No one that's healthy goes to the doctor. When's the last time you were like, I'm perfectly healthy, I'm going to the doctor? Aside from like, I'm just getting my yearly blood work. Okay, shut up. No one goes to the ER when you're healthy. No one's going to like... No one goes to the doctor like, I feel great today, I'm going to go to the doctor. It's like going to fucking supermarket for these people. I went to the doctor today, and this person, the doctor, of whom you're going to for advice, or no, you're not. You just want to get your pills, right? Okay.
Start going on about how I need to be on a proper diet.
Yep.
And then I said to him, how do you know I'm not on a proper diet?
Look at you. He has eyes in his face, and they give him the power to see. And what he sees before him is a fat fucking beach. You're huge. How do you know I'm not on a proper diet? Because eyes. Because refraction of light off your body into my eye holes, into my photoreceptors, have allowed me to perceive this shocking revelation. All right. Okay, let's go.
The eyes, Chico. They never lie.
How did he know you're not on a proper diet? Because your blood type came back as Twinkies.
Diet. And then I said to him, how do you know I'm not on a proper diet? Because, well, I'm not going to act like the way I eat is 100% perfect. And
I got to stop it every 2 seconds. I'm not going to act like my diet is 100% perfect. Well, that's convenient because there's no way you can act like your diet is 100% perfect because no one's is. And yeah, please don't act that way. You can't even act that your diet is 50% perfect or probably 25. So there's a lot of numbers that you can have put there.
Yes, I do have a history of. However, I've been.
Oh, we did this one already, right? We've seen this. I remember. We've seen this one already. I remember the hand thing. We'll go through it again, but I remember the hand thing. I don't know what that is.
I do have a history of how.
Yeah, was that like a sign language for eating disorder or some bullshit? I mean, you didn't have to tell me you have an eating disorder when you can barely fit in your car.
However, I've been doing such a great job of eating my vegetables before I eat my protein and fat, before I eat my starch, and I've been drinking a lot of water, and he also assumed that I do not drink enough water, but I'm a freaking fish. I had to explain to this person that I exercise almost every day. Now, am I powerlifting? Am I doing acrobatics? No, it's more so walking or doing some resistance exercise, but nonetheless, I'm doing it. If I were in a smaller body, I can guarantee you, I would not be accused of not eating well or not taking care of myself properly.
But you're not in a smaller body. You're morbidly obese.
Thing is, fat people, we can do everything right.
You're not doing most things right. Jesus Christ.
But if the labs don't look great, or if we have, once again, another infection, it's...
Once again, another infection. If you're getting constant infections, that's, first off, that's fucking disgusting. That's gross. It's because you trash yourself and you're extremely unhealthy. No one just has random infections. All I just have infections again. This is gross.
Suddenly our fault. Instead of saying, oh, well, clearly you're not eating well because of the way your labs or your frequency of infections are looking.
Or eyesight.
Maybe you could say, hey, how is your diet going? Are you...
We know how your diet's going. You're in here for repeated infections and you have type 2 diabetes and you look like the girl who blew up like a blueberry. I always forget her name. Is it Veruca from that fucking chocolate movie, Willy Wonka? I want it now. You're grotesque.
Eating balanced meals, let me know about that. But instead, you just automatically assume, especially someone who's been trying so hard.
Not hard enough. Oh, you're trying hard. Well, it's not working, and you're not doing it right. I don't care how hard you're trying. You're doing the wrong shit, obviously. Like, no matter what it is, it ain't right.
To, keep being in recovery from this thing. I can't say it out loud, getting in trouble on TikTok.
Violet, that's the name.
I'm so proud of the choices that I make.
I wouldn't be. Jesus Christ, you're like having a nervous breakdown in your car. These are not good choices. Posting this video is not a good choice.
I feel so empowered by my knowledge about nutrition. Just to have a doctor just assume the worst. And then you wonder why fat people don't like going to the doctor.
Tell me. Where are the swole people going to the doctors? Fat people don't want to go to the doctor. Yeah, because you want to be told how fucking unhealthy you are. Because you know you are. You're in denial. So you don't like... Again, leftists don't like facts. They can't handle facts. Everyone is wrong. Everyone is mean. It's so wrong. You have constant infections and you have type 2 diabetes and you're morbidly obese. Yeah, the doctor's concerned that you're going to drop dead.
If there's anything I could tell you about like the fat liberation community,
is that you're a bunch of grifters and you hate yourself so much and you like to play the victim rather than actually make habitual change.
Is that we actually care so much about our health, but the problem is that doctors like to gaslight us. And then
that is true. That is true. Doctors gaslight people, right? We all know. Take your experimental gene therapy so you don't die. But doctor, I already got COVID. I already got the little sicky flu. Well, you should take it again because, I don't know, someone else might. But I already have full spectrum immunity. That doesn't exist. You must take this drug because I don't want to lose my medical license. They're pressuring me. I don't want to lose my practice. So take this drug.
In turn, we don't want to go to the doctor. And there's the whole layer of being both fat and a woman. You know that historically and presently, we don't listen to women. We say they're dramatic.
You're not making the case otherwise. No shit. And women are most definitely dramatic, so no lies spoken there.
We don't take their pain seriously. I shouldn't feel this dread to want to get help, knowing that the person is going to talk over me and act as if they know me and my body and the way I follow us.
What the fuck was that at the end? Yeah. All right. Then don't go to the doctor if you don't want help. Don't go to the doctor then. All right. Let's do a funny video. This one's called Green Paint.
What's in the box?
Green Paint. Love this show. Let's watch this. We're gonna cleanse the palate here.
Check it out, man. I got some cool stuff. I got some green paint, and I found a snake.
Great. Why?
You know the snakes, because like I don't remember where we landed on St. Patty, but I remember snakes were involved, and the green paint's for the beer.
Okay, love the snake. Great catch there. But why not just use food coloring for the beer?
Because beer's not a food. When was the last time you ate a beer?
When was the last time you drank paint? Have you been drinking paint?
No.
Let me see your tongue.
Oh my God, dude! Oh, that's disgusting. It's not bad.
You can't drink paint.
I know. I hear you.
You say that, but I don't think that you're gonna stop.
I get it though, man. That's right.
I feel like you're saying you get it, but you don't get it.
It's cool.
It's not cool.
It is what it is.
My God, this is so frustrating.
I hear you. It's a frustrating thing. It's like the guy doesn't listen to us, man. We're trying to get through to him.
My favorite is when after he says, "Are you drinking paint?" and is like, my favorite part is when his shoulder just dips. Yeah, right there. His like left shoulder just kind of goes down. Wait.
Have you been drinking paint?
That's my favorite. He's like, yes. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. I love it. You didn't understand us, man. All right, let's give away today's Swole card, and then we will have a throwback. Before we do, a reminder that I announced this earlier. Fam, March Madness is here, but fuck March Madness. We got Merch Madness. Merch Madness is here. That's much more important. Much more important.
Are you not entertained?
It's much more important. Merch Madness is far superior to March Madness. Make sure you join the fam. If you want to win prizes, you need to be a member. So we'll probably post these things publicly, and other people can fill out their brackets, but the only ones that can win prizes are the Swole fam. So make sure you click on the post, download the bracket, right? Fill it out, print it, do it on your phone, take a picture, whatever it is. And then on the pinned post in the community in the app, make sure you post your picture in the response. Don't post it in the feed. If you do, we're going to delete it. Make sure you respond and put it in the comments of the pinned post. And that way we can lock in your bracket choices. And may the sluttiest Swole slut win. Dun, 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 dun. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? All right, Swole card. Merch Madness indeed. Let's give this card away. What we got here? Scrolling, Merch Madness. We got a winner today. It is the great, the glorious, the one and only. It is the great Dr. Delta. Congratulations. You win a Merch Madness card, but will you win Merch Madness? Is it possible? Is it possible to win a Merch Madness card and also win Merch Madness? Of course, there's no guarantee, but it's possible. It's possible. Is it possible for Dr. Delta to also win Merch Madness? We will have to see. Could it be one of the greatest comebacks in history? Winning the card. Winning merch. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? You have Merch Madness, and we will see who will reign supreme. The token card. All right. Congratulations on winning today's Swole card. Look how nice and clean Tainty Man is. Look at this guy. Look at this. Let's give him a little schmackles. Should we get a little? Let's give a little schmacks. Here we go. Good schmacks. Good boy. There you go. Good puppers. Good puppers. Get some good smacks. That was good. That was a good rip. Good boy. Good boy. Throwback time. Yes, sir. All right. Let's do it. Throwback 607.
I look fat in this. I look fat in this. And I look fat in this. And also, I look good, I look happy, and I look like myself.
We choose truth over fact.
Fat is not a synonym for ugly. Fat is not a synonym for unhealthy. It's not the same as bad, wrong, or less than.
It is unhealthy.
I'm asking, can we please retire the phrase, I look so fat in this?
What are you fucking kidding me?
I look fat in this. I look fat in this. And I look fat in Because when most people say that, they don't actually mean I look fat. They mean
they definitely mean you look fat. That's a savage edit. That was a good one. Oh, that was a really wow. What an edit. That was great. Let's get a couple comments I might have missed earlier. He cares for us 24 on YouTube. Speaking about nutrition, that's true. I can't eat gluten ever again. It bloats me so badly and I feel the inflammation as soon as I eat it. I'm happy I'm in tune with my body now to notice these things. That's good. Good for you. Good for you. And if gluten is one of those things, there's also wheat germ of gluten. And, you know, it's one of the reasons why a lot of times people say when they go to Europe and they have bread and stuff like that, they don't feel any of the bloating. Europeans, or they come back home, you know, or the Europeans come and visit here and they gain weight and they feel bloated and the food fucks them up. It's, yeah, the other ingredients, all the processing and all the stabilizer and preservatives, things they don't even list on the ingredients. Gnarly. It's gnarly. Anyway, that edit was great. That was legit. Fam, thanks for being here. Appreciate you. We will be back mañana, that's tomorrow, for another awesome episode. Reminder to go and fill out your bracket. Fill out your bracket. Log into the app. Make sure you download, print, whatever you want to do. Take a screenshot, take your picture, fill out your Merch Madness bracket, and then post it in the comments on the pinned post. And you have until Friday night at midnight. So that's 12 hours from now, a little bit less, and then another 2 days. So make sure you post it. Just get it done today or tomorrow or like middle of the day Friday. Don't wait till the last minute and post those up. And we will start posting those pictures probably over the weekend or Monday at the latest. And it's going to be interesting. Who shall reign supreme? We're going to find out. Thanks for being here. Check out the links down below for Join the Fam, merch, and so much more. And we'll see you tomorrow. Peace, McGee's, Deuce McGoose, your boy, Papa Swolio.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, you. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. Our topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons out closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element, no ollies, you children popping.